In your journal lies your dreams. But in yourself lies the capacity to achieve them. Let's have that talk, because it's obvious your therapist or your current coach is not going to tell you that. So I'll be the one to tell you that, because, yeah. The universe primarily responds to what? Capacity. You have goals, dreams, aspirations, vision. You're a visionary. But if we had a list of the things you had said you would do, and we decided to either tick or X, there's a high possibility 90% of those tasks, goals, and achievements would be at an X, because you have not done them, or you started and you gave up midway. Now, this is the part where, first of all, I want you to understand, you don't have a problem. You are not the problem. The reason you can't, the reason you're stuck, the reason your goals are going to just remain goals in a journal, in a diary, instead of actually becoming reality, is because you're treating your failures as indicators of a character flaw, instead of treating it as a system shortcoming. You are not able to create content yesterday like you promised yourself. You are not able to do this, do that you promised yourself you would do. Now you feel so bad. Now you hate yourself. It is because you are singularly treating those failures, those non-accomplishments, as indicators of a character flaw, instead of treating them as a system shortcoming. Because you see, when you treat them as a character flaw, when you start saying things like, oh, I'm never consistent, I'm very indecisive, I don't follow through with my plans, you are enforcing shame, baby. And because your subconscious mind responds primarily and only to emotion, you are automatically ingraining the idea of shame. Shame is attached to the narrative of not being good enough. And because you're primarily communicating that you're not good enough to the universe, it's like, I'm not ready, so don't give that thing to me. That's why your dream relationship is yet to come. That is why your dream client is yet to show up. That is why your ideal revenue levels are yet to be hit. It's because you are operating from a place of shame. And let me tell you, it does not matter what actions you take. The state from which you do things will be multiplied in the outcomes that you get. So actions stemming from shame will lead to outcomes resulting in shame. Actions stemming from scarcity will result in results leading to scarcity. Actions stemming from abundance will result in states and outcomes that result and lead back to abundance. It's a freaking loop. You just need to decide which loop you're going to be stuck in. So this being the case, are you seeing why your goals and your dreams and your inspirations and your visions are going to just remain to be mere things in your diary until you literally focus on it being a system shortcoming? Now, this is where the mindset work is done. Because we're no longer beating ourselves up. See, the thing is, you only end procrastination when you stop treating it as a part of your identity. All the procrastinators that I have worked with, my clients, even my friends, even I as a former procrastinator, procrastination is not something that is intentional. It is something that it is identical. We identify with not completing things. We identify with not being people who can go through with plans. We identify with always coming up with excuses to not complete our projects. It's because procrastination on a deeper level for procrastinators, for chronic procrastinators, is actually an identity issue. They identify with never completing things. They identify, and that's why you'll find they say like, oh, I was supposed to do this yesterday, I didn't do it. It's because I just normally, I'm used to not finishing it. So your brain follows the path that is familiar, not the path that is beneficial. Period. That being the case, you need to start treating your failures or your non-accomplishments not as character flaws. It's not about you. See, where it's not about you. You're not unworthy or careless or lazy. It's a result of your system shortcomings. So in this case, procrastination is not the reason you feel bad about yourself. It is the reason you do not want to do the things you do. Procrastination is not a cause, it is an effect. Look at it from that perspective. Procrastination is not a cause, it is an effect. So you need to start asking yourself, instead of focusing on what can I do to stop procrastination, because we've all done that. Have you been able to stop it? Pretty sure you've not. Instead of asking yourself, what can I do? Ask yourself, what am I being shown? This is where system shortcomings come in. Understand, I said in the beginning of the video, the universe primarily responds to capacity. This means even if you want to go to the gym, have a healthy relationship, start dieting, start focusing on your self-well-being, stop chasing avoidant people, whatever it is you want to start doing or stop doing, it is not going to be affected in accordance with your potential or your desire. It is going to be affected in accordance with your capacity. So a good example is going to the gym. I keep referring to the gym. If you want to start going to the gym and you've been telling yourself for like the longest time, me included, that you want to start going to the gym, instead of forcing yourself and saying, okay, tomorrow I will sign up, tomorrow I will sign up, tomorrow I will sign up, why not first ask yourself, what will be required of me in the prospect that I do sign up for the gym? That is financial requirement, that is physical energetical requirement, that is dietary requirement, that is possible social time requirement, like you might not be able to have as much fun at night as you want to because you need to be up in the morning to go to the gym. If it is things like, for example, maybe finally speaking up against that person who is disrespectful to you at work, before you start forcing yourself and saying, okay, tomorrow I will speak up against this person, why not step back and ask yourself, what will be required of me in the event that I do choose to confront this person? There will be courage. I will be required to go out of my comfort zone. I will probably be very dysregulated. My nervous system will be on edge. I will not be okay. So that being the case, you need to ask yourself, now that I know what will be expected of me in the event that I do choose to go through with this thing, how can I increase my ability to tolerate or to capacitate this thing? So if it is in terms of the gym, for example, it's finances. Signing up for the gym can be a bit pricey. If maybe the gym you want to go to is a nice one. That involves budgeting. You've already not been budgeting as it stands, like you've already not been tracking your expenses and you want to go to the gym. Subconsciously, it's already being read that this is another avenue through which I will lose money because you're already not tracking your money. If it is in terms of diet, it's going to be like, I love food so much. Now I'm going to have to stop eating the food that I want. Your nervous system is like, hell no. You want to starve me, bitch? If it is in terms of pitching to those investors, your nervous system is going to be like, wait, you want to put me in front of people to be judged, to be denied, possibly be rejected, possibly be put down? Hell no, I ain't doing that. That's why you freeze when you want to speak up in front of people. Exactly. So when you look at it from that point, you realize it's not a character flaw. You're not shy, you're not indecisive, you're not a procrastinator, you're not poor at making decisions, you're not bad at financial management, you're not bad at business, you're not bad at relationship, you're not bad at the things you say you're bad at. You just don't have the systems that allow you to be better at those things. So when it comes to systems, we look at it from a point of structure. First, understand that structure creates grounding. Structure gives stability, systems give mobility. So structure represents the routine in this case. For example, you want to start going to the gym. First of all, analyze your current routine, which is the structure that you have, and ask yourself, with regards to the structure that I have, what are some of the system adjustments that I will have to make to ensure that I have enough stability to afford and capacitate this thing? So this could include waking up earlier every morning. This could include doing things like meal planning to ensure you don't have to deal with decision fatigue every single day trying to figure out what healthy food should I eat, because if you don't have a healthy meal prepared already and you're tired, you'll automatically go back to default eating something that is not healthy. Y'all need to start changing your mindsets around some of this damn shit. Are we together? So routine represents the system, the structure, and the moving parts, the actions, the things that you do. They are represented in form of system. If it is in terms of business, before you start saying, I want to start making 500K in terms of revenue, first of all, ask yourself, with regards to the business operations that I already have, can my business handle the level of work that it's going to take to receive this 500K? Because more money means high value clients. High value clients means higher expectations. This means your nervous system is going to be under more pressure to perform. This means you're going to be under more pressure to know more, to be much more flexible. This probably means more working hours, especially if you're a self-employed individual, especially if you're an entrepreneur. This is a lot. So it's not just 500K, bro. It's a whole thing. You're acting like your bodies are supposed to just adjust to certain shit. You're not listening to yourselves. That is why you keep procrastinating. You're not listening to yourselves. Listen to yourselves. So this is where you determine the workload prospect. Once you've determined that, look at your structure. How much can it hold? So your structure is like a jug. If it can hold 100 liters, what needs to change for you to be able to hold 150 liters? The system, this is where you improve your efficiency, your execution time, your delegation. What needs to be done, let it be done. And once you've done that, baby, you are on the road to mastering capacity and communicating your ability to receive. There's another part, we're not yet done. Next comes nervous system regulation. Like I said, nervous system is like mathematics. Your math teacher used to tell you, you will meet math everywhere. I meet math everywhere when I'm budgeting to go and buy food. I meet math when I'm going to calculate time. I meet math everywhere. So my math teacher was right, but I will hit them if I ever see them in person. Anyway, as I was saying, nervous system regulation is like math. It's going to be everywhere. Business reflects in your bank balance, reflects in your relationship with your clients, reflects in your performance, reflects in your delivery. In terms of your relationships, it reflects in your communication. It reflects in the kind of interactions that you have. It reflects in, the level of transparency that is in the relationships that you have. In terms of your personal environment, your nervous system reflects in how organized your house is. If you're dysregulated, you don't have energy to do things, your house is a mess. Have you ever thought about it like that? Probably not. That's why you should have followed me a long time ago. Have you followed me? You better have. You better have, yeah? It reflects in all of that. So you need to master nervous system regulation. I have an entire video on my YouTube page. You're going to go watch that, try it out, and also do yourself a favor and book a one-on-one while you're at it. Because what the hell are we doing here? You need to have booked a call with me last month, but you still didn't book a damn call. Yeah. So as I was saying, nervous system regulation, because this is now what helps. This is nervous system. My body's full. Nervous system regulation is what allows you to increase your self-regulation abilities. This is where you don't crash out when a payment is delayed. You don't crash out when your balance, when your bank account is at a negative. You don't crash out when these clients delay to respond. You don't crash out when your boyfriend does not text you in 24 hours. You don't crash out. You don't burn out. Your reality does not collapse when good things come into your reality. Yeah. I just repeated the word reality 2 times, but you get what I'm trying to say. So nervous system regulation affects your self-regulation abilities. That is why you cannot say you want to deal with a certain amount of money when you're already getting freaked out when a certain smaller amount of money does not enter your bank balance. Because if you're panicking with 50K, where the hell do you think you will be at if 100K is delayed? You'll probably run mad and throw yourself off the bridge. I'm not making fun of suicidal people, like people who are dealing with suicide. I respect that and I understand it, but this is just a metaphor, so just get it. Exactly. So y'all, let my board dance. These are the questions you need to ask yourself. Oh my mind, I'm tired. These are the questions you need to ask yourself. So before you start saying, oh, Coach Tina, I want to make this money. I want to go to the gym. I want to have a better boyfriend. I want to have a better reality. I want to start dieting. Ask yourself, do I have the capacity for this thing? And if I don't have the capacity for this thing, what will I need to do to improve my capacity? Will I need to book a call with Coach Tina? Will I need to attend a masterclass with Coach Tina? Will I need to watch Tina's YouTube videos? What will I need to do? Will I need to eat better? Like, it's a whole thing. So yeah, I hope this video helped, because let me tell you, this is shit that I wish someone told me when I was starting, because what the hell? Build your capacity, build your capacity, build your capacity, and yeah, my wig looks good, right? My wig looks so good. Oh my God. Thank you for watching up to this end. I love you. Bye.